Feature Friday.
The freshest.
Now, well, I think that's a good place to sort of go to a point that we were talking about it earlier, and I thought, well, let me say this on camera because I don't know, see what people think. When before I heard anything K-pop, right? So before the channel existed, right? It did exist before that, but before it even ramped up like it has now, which, by the way, thanks so much for the support. And I don't know if we've said thanks. Have we? We have said thanks. But this is us formally saying thanks. It's been amazing. It's been crazy, actually, that like people actually talk and care. You know, it's amazing. Tickles me pink this time. And before I even knew K-pop existed, first of all, could have not imagined I would like it ever. Like, I'm telling you, never, bro. Like, you could have said to me, oh yeah, you're gonna be listening to medleys on your free time by EXO. You're gonna be rapping to BTS songs. You're gonna be enjoying Monster X stuff. You're gonna be like wanting to date a girl like Jennie or like Lisa, you know what I mean? Or like you're gonna go crazy with Mama Moo's vocals and stuff like that. Or we'll go to that in a bit, you know? I was like, never, mate. There's no chance I was ever gonna dip my toes in that. However, we have had Monica, right, who was always into K-pop. I always find that a bit weird. Like, very weird, actually, because she had, like, cards of their faces, like Pokemon cards. You know, it's like, mate, get it together. You know what I mean? And she's also a bit younger than both of us. She's significantly younger than you. And she's 6 years down than me. What? Oh, than Bale. So she's 6 years younger than Bale, and she's 3 years younger than me. So she is younger by a bit. But especially you can realize that. So say when I was 16, she was 13. That's a big. So I thought it was just sort of like a phase or like a girls thing. You know, like I used to play with Pokemon cards. Girls didn't, or most girls I knew didn't. They used to play with, I don't know, painting their nails or making cool jewelry while I was getting my nails dirty with grass or something and eating bugs. And but that's like, how stereotypical is that? And so I never really paid attention to it, and I already had this sort of pre-made conception of it, like, mate, you can't understand any of this, piss off, you know what I mean? And then the more you grow, the more mature you become, sort of, which some may say hasn't happened for me, but you know, you sort of like start learning a little bit more, and one of the things that I, especially as I've become more at peace with myself, and now that we have an outlet, especially for my creative outlet for music, my open-mindedness hasn't changed. I've always been open-minded, but I've now been able to appreciate it even more because I'm also creating. So it happened at the right time, you know. It happened at the right time, and I think if you try to force someone into liking K-pop, like we saw some of those people's reactions, like H3, who's a very controversial character, and has said very dumb things about BTS and stuff like that. It's like, you can't force someone into liking K-pop. Like, you could actually. It's a good way of thinking of everything. Actually, don't force anyone into your way of thinking. It doesn't work. It's conflict. It just doesn't work. If someone doesn't believe in what you believe in, cool, let them be. It is what it is. Move on. Who cares? Yeah. So the best way that I think I was introduced to it was the way we did it, which was sort of like, hey, there's this really cool artist that you've never heard of that are very similar to the things you're listening to already. You know, listen to this because it's blowing up. And then you're like, oh yeah, well, yeah, I'll try it. And then Jackson Wang came along, and Jackson Wang was the person who introduced me to the whole thing, basically, because I fell in love with the guy, like the way he sings, the way he dances, what he represents, the fact that he made collaborations with other artists from the Western world that I admire, like Gucci Mane and stuff like that. So, even though Gucci Mane says some stuff about Eminem, and if you're against Eminem, you're against me. But yeah, so it was sort of like so smooth for me. It was so smooth. And I thought K-pop before I even heard any K-pop. I thought it was like bad like movie productions. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, anime or something like that. Like the bad anime. You know what I mean? I don't know why. I don't even know what I thought K-pop was, to be honest. I just thought, yeah, probably a brand of food or something. You know? But what do you think K-pop is now? What do I think K-pop is now? For me, right. So Bale is bombarding me with these questions, philosophical questions. I don't know. I think K-pop, to me, it's probably the future. That's what I think about it. For me, from my perspective, because it has shown something that kind of in the Western world have tapped into, which is in the West End and theatre world, where you form this raw talents into diamonds, right? You shape them, you train them, you mature them as artists, you give them strengths, which I thought was the right way, especially because I lived it with you, with my sister. Yeah, I don't know why I said it like that, but yeah, with you, which was sort of like it was hard training. It was like becoming an athlete, but you're becoming a triple threat. You're becoming a performer. And I thought, none of these rappers, none of these singers that are out right now, they have no bloody clue. They don't know. They've never trained like that. No one has. And then there comes Korea, South Korea, and K-pop, which has been going on for years. Which, by the way, do you remember that friend I used to have, Filipino? Yeah? Do you remember he used to talk about it? And now that I'm thinking about it, it's always been there. Like, that's how big it is. Even when I was in high school, he would always talk about it, and he would dance. He would like dancing, and they were obviously amazing dancers. So he would always talk about it, but he was also a bit Asian, isn't he? He's like, he was very Asian, actually. So it was normal for him to like it. That's what I've always thought. Yeah, it's just like, you know, Filipinos like that stuff. But then it turns out K-pop has been taking that formula from the theaters. Let's make these people into triple threats, quadruple threats, because some of them they can not only act, they can speak, they can host, they can do all this stuff. Some of them can fly, some of them can breathe underwater. So it's like, my gosh, it's exactly, it's you are making this new species of titans, gods, that it's gonna be so difficult for them not to succeed, you know. And yes, you have to go to a funneling process. You have to go to survival of the fittest. Yes, a lot of them make it. Yes, a lot of them don't. But the success rate of creating idols and creating K-pop bands in South Korea, compared to the amount of new breeds you get and new talent you get here, they're kicking ass. You know what I mean? 24/7 they're making. It's like they don't sleep. And it also has to do with sort of the cultural, now that I'm understanding this, like they don't stop. Like it's just part of who they are. It's hard work, dedication, discipline, hard work, dedication, discipline. Put your head down, respect everyone, do your own thing, stay in your own lane, blow up. You know what I mean? It's like, it's crazy. So now to me, K-pop, it's turned into I think this is what's coming next. It will take a while, don't get me wrong, but it's already starting to take over. It's not coincidence that BTS has become the biggest boy band in the world after the biggest boy band in the world, One Direction, disbanded. It's not coincidence. It's like, oh, you guys disbanded, you know, relationship issues, all of this stuff. You had a bit of flaws here and there, up and down, you know. Well, guess what? Bam! Here comes South Korea. Boom! You know what I mean? Here comes BTS. And it's like, and it's not saying like BTS is better than One Direction or One Direction is worse or better than BTS. It's just there's gaps in the industry, and the industry it's ruthless. It is ruthless, especially the music industry. It's you survival of the fittest. You either sell or you die, and that's it. And then it just showed also how talented the guys from One Direction were, that they were able to make projects on their own and still blow up. All of them did, still blew up on their own as single artists. And then these guys also demonstrate time and time again, like, hey, we can do this alone as well. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need anyone. You know, we love each other, we're family, but we're not dependent on anybody. And then you also have the labels. The important part the labels have played on this, the revolutionary way they've done and managed groups and collaborated with groups and made things like Super M, and you're like, what in the planet? Like, it's revolutionary. It's crazy. And then you see the amount of numbers they're doing, and it's like, for anyone to not at least what is the word I'm looking for? Not comprehend, but be aware that they are a force to be reckoned with. It's delusional. It's really delusional. So yeah, it's just crazy to me. I was thinking about it the other day. It's like, it's crazy to me how much my perspective of K-pop and music in itself has evolved just in this 5 months, 4 months, 6 months, less of us sitting down here and starting to talk about it and just going in that sort of journey. And now it just sort of excites me even more to know, like, it's just like I found aliens are real, like a planet, and I've made this ship, and I just want to go to other planets. I want to know more music now. I want to know different languages. I want to know different genres and stuff like that. So it's just been amazing. Like, it's so crazy. It's so crazy to me. And I've also liked the fact that at the beginning I was a bit skeptical. You know, I was also a bit more thoughtful behind it. I was trying to understand. I was open-minded, but I wasn't willing to just say yes. You know, which I think is important for any aspect in life. So it's been amazing. And if you check my playlist now, like, you would laugh, because I think it's actually getting really close to 50-50. You know what I mean? Like 50-50, 50% K-pop, 50% not K-pop, you know, or just Western stuff. So it's amazing. I'm still yet to find the next song that hit me like Jackson Wang's Bullet to the Heart did. Sup people, if you're a dancer. Sup people, if you're watching this and you're a rapper or a beat producer,
a singer, a ghostwriter, or even just somebody who likes new music,
and this is for you.
Feature Friday is the show where we make new music every week featuring your tracks, your raps, your lyrics, or yourself as an artist.
There's no catch. This isn't one of those weird posts where you click on the website and you're trying to order AirPods and they say it's free and then you have to pay like $100,000 million for shipping. This is completely free. We understand how difficult it is in the music industry to get seen, and there's so many amazing rappers and singers and beat producers out there. So this is just a place to showcase your skills. We showcase our skills. We make music every week, which we love doing anyways. We get to show new artists to new people and new people to new artists.
So if you'd like to get featured next, message me here on Instagram or email me, and we will get in touch pretty soon.
Please do it fast, because a waiting list is forming and we don't want anyone waiting around. Keep scrolling by.
See you Friday.
Peace.
Bye-bye.